Hello there, good people. My name is Pio Mahlake and welcome to my channel. If this is your very first time joining us, welcome. And if you are a goodie but an oldie, welcome back, gang. Okay, so we all have those issues where you put something in the fridge and it stays way too long and it becomes really waste. So I found a way to kind of preserve some of the herbs that we actually buy. If you are somebody who loves fresh herbs like myself, these are some of the ways that you can use to actually preserve them in your fridge. And if you also love garlic but you don't always use it and you want to preserve it, here I've got another way that you could also do that. And also to spruce up some of your salads, I've got pickled onions that you can actually use in this video. So if this topic is to your liking, please do hit the like button, and of course if you are new here, hit the subscribe button. We do everything mother content here. We do everything lifestyle, basically everything that has to do with lifestyle and progression. Okay, my lovies, I hope you do enjoy this video. Have a lovely one. Bye. We're gonna kick it off with our fresh herbs. So typically this is what I do. I would mix certain herbs together, mix herbs with other fragrant ingredients like garlic, like onions. So this is what I would normally do, depending on the different dishes that I obviously would be preparing or that I'm most likely to prepare, whether it's during the week or even months later. So this can store up until about 3 to 4 months, and you store it up in the freezer, and it's a time saver. So here I'm chopping up garlic, and I'm going to be adding to it some dill. I love dill. I use it for my potatoes, roasted potatoes. Sometimes I use dill on salmon or fish, dill with garlic, and I also use it for chicken as well. So I will be preserving this so that it does not go bad. For all those that do love fresh herbs and end up really throwing away, a few of them every month or every other day because they really go bad in the fridge, or they die or whatever reason, this is just one way of actually storing them and keeping them fresh, and also giving your oil also some flavor. So I would say try it and see if it's going to work for you. It's a time saver because in this way you know that you will just get your herb tray or your spice tray, which is this particular thing that you're doing here, and you're going to add it to your food. It cuts on preparation time, and you don't have to really worry about cutting and chopping up certain things. These are some of the things that I do to actually save time for myself, and let me know in the comment section if you'd also want to see other ways that I use to kind of cut down on the time that I spend in the kitchen. I don't mind being in the kitchen and cooking. It's just that when you have 2 kids that you're looking after, you don't really have the luxury of being away from them, or the luxury of time in the kitchen. So this is just one of my ways that I do to save myself a huge amount of time. So don't mind my son, he's there trying to also help me with this prep.
Me too.
Wash your hands first.
Huh?
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Yeah. Quick, so you can help mommy. Wash, quick, so you can help mommy, okay? Wash hands fast. Quick, papi, quick. Wash your hands here. Now, here, papi. this particular tray has a lid on it, so this is the reason why I'm using this ice cube tray, because it has a lid and I can store it away in the freezer without even worrying about it, especially if you're going to be using oil in there. So I would advise though that if you have an ice cube tray that is silicone, it will work perfectly as well, because when you have frozen your mixed herbs, or rather your tray of spices, then it's easy to just pop them up when you are cooking. So if you've got a silicone ice cube tray, use that instead of a plastic one like my own. Also, if you want to just mince up your garlic, just mince it up. You don't have to actually chop it up, ladies. You can just mince it up and forget about the whole chopping thing. Okay, so I was just doing the two different ways, because for demonstration purposes, some ladies may not have a mincer, garlic mincer. Others ladies do. So either way, it works. Just cut. If you're chopping them, chop them small enough so that they can fit in the individual portions of ice cubes.
Next one here. There we go. Here.
No.
love to
So
help?
when you're done adding all your
Okay,
herbs in the
come.
little ice cube compartments, we are actually going to add olive oil. Of course, here you can add avocado oil, whatever oil that you do typically like using. I use olive oil for cooking, for everything. So this is the oil that I'll be using here. You can also use, if you like, coconut oil, because it really freezes beautifully. I'd say use that in room temperature when it's nice and melted, and when it's in its liquid form, and then you just put it in the freezer, and it will freeze beautifully. So in my case, I'm using olive oil. Make sure that when you're pouring it, you pour it to the edge of the end of the little ice cube compartment. Okay, mine has a lid. I'd say if you can find something like this, use that, put it in your freezer and forget about it. So guys, I wanted to see this thing, if it really works, this hack. I've seen it forever, and I wanted to see if it actually works. Right, as you can see, my garlic is already starting to sprout, you know. Anyways, this thing of actually peeling garlic using a mason jar. Let's see if it works, darlings. What do you know? It worked. Wow. Again, this is how I would preserve my garlic. I love this. I love this, because not only does it actually infuse the garlic, the oil into the garlic, the garlic gets infused into the oil as well. So you can use this oil because it'll be fragrant and have the garlic flavor, you know, for whatever that you want to do. So I love this. It preserves your garlic for a while. I typically would keep this in the fridge because I use garlic quite readily, like almost every day. So this is just my way of preserving it and keeping it fresh. So this works, ladies and gents. I have to also give a disclaimer. I saw this on Pinterest and a couple of websites on Pinterest, and I also saw this on this lady on YouTube called Miss Liz Hot. Her channel is fire. Check it out. Check it out. When you have time, do check it out. This is just one of my small way of preserving my onion. This one is my absolute favorite. However, I have to say I use a lot of onions, so I don't really need to preserve any onions. But this, then I use it just to spruce up my salads. This is pickled onion, and it's a bomb. It is amazing, so you guys must try it. It just adds another dimension to your salad. So I'm just gonna slice it up. I typically don't like to slice up my onions thin because I like the crunch that they have when they're nice and chunky. But for someone else who doesn't really like the thick size onion, they just want it nice and thin, you can obviously, it's your choice. You can just cut it up to however you want to cut it up, and then we're going to be putting them in the mason jar. As you can see, I'm using just one onion and one small mason jar, so I'll be just putting my onion in there. It's just one onion, one medium-sized onion for my particular recipe. So from there you can make measurements for your own recipes, like for your own pickling, because you can add or subtract or whatever that you need to do, but this is just more or less what I do for my pickled onion. So in this mason jar, I'm gonna be adding about 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, sometimes 1.5, and then I will be adding to it 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I will be adding about 3 to 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. I would say please use raw apple cider vinegar. The flavor is just not the same as the filtered. This one works perfect, like it's beautiful. So I'd say if you can, there's one by Simply Living. It's awesome. That's the one that I use all the time. So about 3 to 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and then you're gonna top that up with water, and then you're just gonna leave it in your fridge and forget about it. If you like it, if you'd like this recipe a little bit more tangy, you can obviously add another teaspoon of a bit more of apple cider vinegar. In my case, I like it in between because I've got kids and I don't want to throw them off with, with the onions being too tangy in the salads. So this is what I use in my salads, and it is a game changer. Now, on this particular day, might have been weeks later. I then decided to cook. I think it was beef. I can't be sure. It could be beef. It could be lamb. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm just trying to demonstrate the use of these herbs. I just scoop it out and use it. And that's it. It already has oil. In this particular case, this would be the second one that I'm popping in. So it gives the oil that I need, which is olive oil, and also it gives me the spice that I want, or rather the herb that I want. And then I'm done. So I typically use a pressure cooker. Sorry, why am I not being able to speak? Okay, I typically use a pressure cooker. For me, it is a game changer. For me, it works as a mom. I just put whatever that I need to put in there, whether it's rice, whatever it is that I'm preparing. I'll just put it in there, cook it, and in a few minutes it's done. Also, I don't have to fiddle with it in the kitchen now and then, so I don't have to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Trust me, I love cooking, I love being in the kitchen, but when you have kids, you don't have the luxury of time to actually, use it in the kitchen. Your time is with your kids mostly, so I would use and do anything that will cut away time in the kitchen. So for other busy moms, for other busy somebody's out there, consider buying a pressure cooker. It is a game changer. It is a game changer. It will just, man, wow. Again, about a month later or so, I was cooking lamb or mutton in my case, mutton, and I was also still using my herbs. On this particular day, it must have been, gosh, months later, because this was a few days ago. So again, my herbs are still fine, they're still fresh, and in this particular day, I think I was cooking mutton, and I'm showing this pot really to brag. I've got new pots that my sister bought me. They are iron cast, so I was just not gonna use a pressure cooker today. I am gonna use my pots today, and I'm gonna be cooking this mutton. And let me know in the comment section, guys, if you really want to see some of the recipes that I typically use for our proteins. Yeah, let me know. I prefer stews like this because of kids. It just makes it easy for them to eat, and they are great because you can add tons of veggies without them noticing. So they eat a lot of veggies without them knowing that they're eating veggies. So this is just my way of sneaking in a ton of veggies, like a ton of veggies, and they will not be aware that there's so many veggies in there, and I can, relax. Even if they're eating that with the starch, I don't mind because I know that there's like gazillions of veggies in there. So this is just typically my way of cooking as a mom. It just makes life easy as long as there's good flavor and there's proteins in there and tons of veggies. I'm good. I typically cook my meat first until it's nice and cooked, and then I would add my veggies just so that I can preserve the crunchiness of the veggies and also keep them and not like overcook them. So I like to add my veggies towards the end because they cook quite quicker than meat. So this is just my way of cooking, excuse me, and making sure that my veggies are still top notch. So we come to the end of our cooking session, and this particular day we had samp and mutton stew, and my kids absolutely loved it. Everybody loved it. So thank you so much for watching.